What's up, guys? Benny. After the last couple of weeks, I think we all could use a laugh. Shane Gillis is here to deliver. He's one of the best comedians in the country, for sure, working today. And he'll probably go down as just one of the legends. And the reason why is because he just kind of captures the cultural moment. He has the best Trump impersonation, and he's just gone viral by being able to call it out so effectively, in fact, that he was fired by SNL for just being too good at his craft, right? And so this is real comedy. And this means we are in control culturally. Again, that Shane Gillis can go on stage at the ESPYs, something that nobody watches, and make January 6th and Jeffrey Epstein jokes. And then just roast pretty much everybody in the audience, and has the same effect as Ricky Gervais a couple of years back at the Golden Globes, where everyone's just sitting there going, how's he allowed to say that? So here's Shane Gillis kicking off the night. This was my favorite joke. It was an Epstein joke about having all the evidence deleted in the Epstein file, and also a January 6th joke saying that January 6th was staged. Hot damn, man. Okay, so here we go. Shane Gillis, take it away.
Trump wants to stage a UFC fight on the White House lawn. The last time he staged a fight in D.C., Mike Pence almost died. All right. No, you don't have to do that. It was fine. I didn't write it. Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that. The New York...
It's funny because it's true, right? All great comedy has a very rich and deep vein of truth running through all of it. It's funny. It's just what everybody's talking about. We are the culture now, and we control it. It's wonderful to see. Shane Gillis had a ton of other great jokes. Inside of his set is the best, obviously, the best ESPYs opening monologue in history. But I do want to jump to one other joke about something that is a deep state cover-up of a predator, which is Diddy Joke. At the very end of the ESPYs, Shane Gillis couldn't help himself and jumped on stage and did this.
There are no after parties. After parties have been ruined. You guys, you picked out on the after parties, and now we're not allowed to have them anymore.
The Diddy after parties, right? Yeah, okay. It was the memes are here. Shane Gillis at the ESPYs after parties. Shane Gillis just went on a rampage through the audience of multi-millionaire celebrity athletes. Everybody in the audience while Shane Gillis delivers the funniest ESPYs opening of all time. Homelander. All right, let's rock and roll. Where do we even start? This is probably my favorite secondary joke that has to do with the WNBA. It's just great. He had a buddy in the audience whose wife was there, and he made up a fake WNBA player, and everybody applauded for her, which she's not a WNBA player. And Shane Gillis just proving that nobody cares about the NBA. WNBA.
Max Crosby is here. Max, I hope you had a good Juneteenth, brother. Well, that guy's weird. Four-time WNBA All-Star Brittany Hicks is here. Give it up for Brittany, everybody. I'm joking around. That's my friend's wife. I knew none of you knew WNBA players. That's crazy. You clap for that.
Look at his friend. This is his podcast co-host who's just belly laughing over this joke, which is hysterical. Not the only WNBA joke. Here's Caitlin Clark joke. That is
big
really
year
good.
For the WNBA. I love Caitlin Clark. Yeah, hell yeah. Caitlin Clark, she and I have a lot in common. We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes. All right, there you go. Lighten up a little. This is not serious. We'll see about this one. When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist-fighting black women. Yeah, hell yeah. Who yelled? Drewski? Thank you, bro. Oh, John Jones? Yeah. What are you, nut jobs over there? Hell yeah.
The only person who applauds is Drewski. Well done. Okay. Very good. Shane Gillis' Trump impersonation and story about how he met Trump had a very interesting reaction from the crowd.
Story. I was at yeah, we should have taken that out. I had doubts going into that. That didn't work all week. It was a good year for me in sports. I went to Notre Dame, went to the national title. I was at go Irish. I was at the Eagles game, the Super Bowl when they won, and it was not, go Birds. Go Birds. Yeah. But I was down there. I'm just gonna tell you a story real quick. It's not a good joke. It was halftime of the game, and we looked up, and you could see Donald Trump. He was sitting in the suite, like at the 50-yard line. You couldn't see him, but you could see like his silhouette. You know what I mean? He was just. Also, can we stop pretending Donald Trump knows ball? It's like a weird thing where they're like, man, he loves sports. He doesn't know anything about sports. Every time a team comes and visits the White House, he's like, and you must be the guy who catches. It's like, look at these guys, big guys, black guys. And that's just when the New York Liberty visited. They didn't visit. That's just a joke. But it was halftime, and we looked up and we saw Trump. I was with my buddy, and I was like, we should just sneak up there and try to meet him. And we did. We got into his suite, which turns out it's pretty easy to get access to Donald Trump, which is probably why he keeps getting shot all the time.
Jeez.
We just got right in there. But we're in there. He doesn't know who I am, but there's a line of people, and he's just shaking hands with everybody. And I was at the end of the line. But also, I took a picture with him, and I posted it, and people got upset about that. What the hell? He's the president. If Osama bin Laden was in the suite, I would have been like, yeah, you're crazy. All right. But he's shaking hands with everybody, and it's very funny. Trump does this thing whenever he meets somebody for the first time, even if he doesn't know him. He gives them like a crazy compliment. It's kind of nice. Like, he got to the guy next to me, and he was like, look at you, you're beautiful. And then he got to me, and he was like, look at you, you're huge. And I was like, thank you, Mr. President. But he shook my hand, he stood next to me. So I'm just, I was at the end of the line, so there's no one else for him to shake hands with. So he's just standing next. I got to hear him breathe for like a minute, just standing next to me, just. And then his daughter, Ivanka, walked over to us, which, by the way, so hot. She walked over, and it was halftime of the Super Bowl. I was hammered. I was like, hello. Your dad just said I was huge. So now it's me, Trump, and Ivanka. They're not talking to me, obviously, but I can overhear what they're saying. And Trump goes, Ivanka, how would you like to meet the president of soccer? And sure enough, the president of FIFA soccer was also in the suite with us. He was getting like nachos. And Donald Trump just looks at him and goes, you. And the guy put his plate down and walked straight to us. And then Donald Trump didn't even look at him. He just kept talking to his daughter, and he goes, this is the president of soccer. And they gave us the World Cup, and they did that because of me. And then he walked out of the room. It was just me and the president of FIFA looking at each other like, that was crazy. All right, that was a dumb thing to say. It was crazy. That was crazy, being in that room. It's crazy to be.
Why not? Why not have a historical retelling of what's actually happening in the country? I think it's funny. I think it's humanizing. I think it's good. And quite frankly, I think that there needs to be more of it. Not that there's any deficit of humanizing President Trump. Obviously, the guy's pretty out there in the public. But I love stories like these. That image was very interesting because Shane Gillis was totally drunk when he met President Trump. Then you could tell that he was sort of starstruck. I wasn't starstruck when he told this joke about Megan Rapinoe. It's a good one.
Megan Rapinoe could not make it tonight. Nice. No, we're gonna pretend she's a good time. All right. John Jones and Nate Diaz are here. Hell yeah. I had a couple drinks with those guys last night at the hotel, and it was terrifying. Donald Trump wants to stage a UFC fight on the White House lawn. The last time he staged a fight in D.C., Mike Pence almost died.
There we go. And there's the continuation of the joke we already Play for you. Okay, so it's good. It was great. And you can see the reactions are, well, muted, right? Again, it's like Ricky Gervais. Shane Gillis' SB performance. Give him all of the awards. Shane Gillis isn't funny. His monologue sucked. Norm Macdonald looking down from heaven with approval. Shane Gillis looking at Disney when he got the gig. Oh, no. If you were offended by Shane Gillis' SB monologue, I can assure you that nobody likes hanging around with you. That's right. Shane Gillis is hilarious, but you can see how soft society has become, that he's got to awkwardly feel like the devil for making funny jokes. Who coordinates this? Shane Gillis did the best monologue in a very long time, right? Shane Gillis, awkward. It's amazing how they all... It's called Operation Mockingbird for a reason. They all say the same thing. It's amazing. Comedy's back. We're fans of Shane Gillis. Ladies and gentlemen, you should be fans of this channel if you like comedy. Like, share, and subscribe for comedy in every video. We do our best. See ya.